What we have now is a vehicle southbound along the 5 freeway coming up on the 126 down towards the Magic Mountain area and into Santa Clarita. Reports are it was just one male inside the vehicle, unknown if he may be armed, but at times close to 100 miles an hour on the southbound side of the 5, once again originating in Bakersfield. Right now it looks like the vehicle's doing about the speed limit, maybe just a little faster. We know at one point in time they tried a spike strip, but that did not work. Now we've come out of Van Nuys, so we know the drive southbound on the 5. There's really not much in the way of traffic, and we'll just have to see exactly how this individual proceeds going forward. Right now in the fast lane, traveling about the speed limit, there's several patrol cars behind him. We understand that Santa Clarita Sheriff's is aware of this. They're going to be on most of the off-ramps in case he decides to get off of the freeway, and it looks like they have an air unit overhead as well. So at this point, not too dangerous, but driving the wrong way initially somewhere up in Bakersfield, certainly extremely dangerous, and we hope these things always just come to a peaceful end. Right now, southbound on the 5, just passing the 126.
Apparently, they first tried to stop him for failure to yield, and again, like the wrong way driving on the street.
Again, he was going at speed sometimes up to 100 miles per hour. This started as a failure to yield and wrong way driver, but now he's on the 5 freeway heading south. Scott Reif, are you back with us?
Yeah, I believe you should have my signal here. Just passing Magic Mountain Parkway in the southbound side of the 5. And since we picked up the van, he's changed lanes once. But besides that, you can tell not driving much faster than the speed limit. Although, as you mentioned, we have those reports of well over or close to 100 miles an hour coming down the southbound 5 through the Cajon Pass. At this point, almost looking like the vehicle is slowing a bit. And we'll pull out a little bit. There are at least 3 patrol cars behind the vehicle. And there's a sheriff's airship overhead. So they probably more than likely know who this individual is if it's the owner of the vehicle and they're driving. We haven't heard that it's stolen, so more than likely it is at this point. It's unclear about weapons. We mentioned that. And, well, we know how dangerous these things can be. At least for now, the speed isn't too high. Southbound on the 5, Valencia Boulevard, and at this point in time, there's not a lot of traffic in the wake of this vehicle all the way down into the San Fernando Valley.
I guess best case scenario for pursuits, on Monday on Halloween, we saw a van going down the residential streets in the afternoon when school was getting out. You see that black and white car getting up pretty close to the van now.
It looks like there's someone in the passenger seat. You had said a driver at first, but now it looks like there may be someone in the passenger seat.
This is interesting. Very interesting. At this speed, it's not often that we see a patrol car approach the vehicle at that speed. I think what happened right there is they had a spike strip out on the freeway. The patrol car pulled up next to him so that he couldn't swerve out of the way as a spike strip. That's just my assessment. I'm not positive about that, but we rarely see a patrol car move right up to the vehicle, and then we saw the other patrol car in the center divider. So it looks like it is slowing. I believe it may have been a spike strip, and it may have been successful, going a little tighter. And there we go.
Yep,
you can tell that it was successful, and we do have at least the right front tire. We understand now, we're hearing that they believe it hit all 4 tires, so it looks like this will be ending soon. And the good news is that there is not much in the way of traffic, so it doesn't look like it's going to put anyone else into danger.
Well, it definitely looks like it's slowing down right here. It looks like the person is slowing down and possibly will pull over soon, because it doesn't appear they can go much further with the flat tires, does it?
No, you wouldn't think so. Eventually, you've seen this happen several times. If they travel at too high a rate of speed, they'll lose control of the vehicle and eventually just get down to the rim. The rim will actually dissolve and just break off. You'll be down to the axle, and the car won't be able to move at all. So at this point in time, it's traveling very slow. There's no traffic or no one for this person to really hurt as long as he stays on the freeway, and it's just a matter of time before the vehicle becomes it's unable for the suspect to control the vehicle. It does look like just one person inside there. I think he was leaning over and it looked like a passenger. Initial reports are just one, but you can tell that right front tire about ready to just come off the rim, and then the rim will basically, at some point, if he travels fast enough, start on fire. But you see, it's over now. Looks like he's put his hands up, more than likely to let officers know he's going to come out peacefully, and he doesn't want to be, engaged with them. At this point, it appears he may be obeying their orders. That's exactly what they usually ask for, is to back up, turn around, get on the ground. But you can tell this is a disturbed individual. It's hard to say if drugs or alcohol involved, but you can tell right now from his actions that he's not acting normally. There's something going on.
But at least he's following the rules and putting his hands behind his head and immediately put his hands up in the air to show that he didn't have a weapon. So at least he did the right thing there.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing. He's got his hands on top of his head. He's doing what the officers are asking him to do. And you can see them, they're approaching the vehicle, being very careful just in case.
Yeah, and the dog's a big deterrent too, obviously, but it's all good news. We are seeing some delays on the southbound side of the 5. We don't believe that there are any collisions. We saw what looked like textbook operation as far as a spike strip on the freeway was concerned to get this individual. They tried once before, but right now, southbound 5, I believe we're at McBean Parkway in the Santa Clarita area, and it looks like the suspect is in custody. They'll check the vehicle. They'll get it off to the shoulder, I would think, fairly quickly. They could probably push it with one of the patrol cars, and then we can get the freeway back to normal. And this looks like it all ended, for the most part, without incident.
Well, Scott, let's talk a little bit about how this was done, because I'd never seen what you're about to see there, where the CHP moves alongside to block the person so he can't move away from the spike strip. That was incredible.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, when I saw that, I was a little startled because usually they don't do that because it's so dangerous. But I think there was a couple things going for the police in that respect. And one was that there wasn't much, if any, in the way of traffic. He wasn't traveling fast enough to catch up with oncoming or traffic in front of him. So they could get in there, do that, and they knew if they got the spike strip on the car, it would be over. And already they've got the vehicle off to the shoulder. We'll give you a wider shot. And you can see they pushed the van off to the right. For the moment, all lanes on the southbound 5 are blocked. We'll tilt up a bit and show you what the delays are. It's not that bad. Back to Valencia Boulevard. Once they open things up, I think the 5 freeway will be fine in both directions here. But we know the potential, how dangerous these things can be. And certainly when we see it end like this, it is just, it's relieving because we know when we watch them, they're dangerous. But right now, it looks like, for the most part, this is over and all lanes of the freeway should be opened up relatively soon.